makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
Here, all that stuff on the inside. You guys can see the water inside. The fence is a wall that's wide. Behind the fence, around side there, make sure the dugout, the red pole is up. The door over there with that kid is stated, that is a wall. The one thing is a wall that's just the station, that is up. Now over here. The fence is door, the wall there.
Yeah. Yeah, they moved from Medford to here. I think it was like 2013 or 2014. Because that summer they had some snowshoe stuff in it.
I gotta keep that AC going a little more. Alright, you ready to address the nation, or are you gonna wait until?
Yeah, because they were in Medford for a very long time.
No, just whenever. I was thinking when they take the field. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we gonna bypass the anthem basically? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it all year because the system doesn't work. So
I hear it.
I haven't.
No, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. So so that's why I don't even have music.
You're right. The music was shit, anyways. So.
We are live, by the way.
Oh,
That's a live mic.
My bad.
Hi, everybody. It's the internet. It's okay.
But I think you would agree with that.
I mean, I've agreed with it longer than you have.
It's addition by subtraction, right?
I don't know, man. There's some bangers. Unfortunately, there's also pop country.
Well, not even that. It's just the quality of it. It just doesn't sound good. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the speakers. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we've had issues with the connection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The school itself was built in what, 67?
I was the first one to go to that school, so that was 16.
So, and then I think it was the mid-80s at the final or something. That kind of fell into disrepair. Oh, really? Yeah.
Ready to go?
Alright, here we go.
Let's go, man. One side. One side. Let's go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Morelli Field for Game 3 of a best-of-3 series between the Andre Chiefs and the Melrose Americans. The series is tied 1 apiece, and the winner of tonight's game will advance to the ICL Championship Series to take on the Lexington Bulldogs. On the mound tonight for the Americans will be number 12, Mike Nestor.
I asked him that if he knows why we played in the season, but they never asked him. It's funny that would never come up because he knows Daniel. I wouldn't be surprised because he grew up. I like to say on stage. Yeah. But I remember he I gotta go play. There's another league on the North Shore, but it's a lot less structured. Like I don't think they have. I don't think each team has a golf course.
Yeah.
They don't have a manager. But it is a lot of high school, like graduate high school players, college players. The same kind of high school players. Like Daniel plays with, well, the kid on this team played with Henry. Just really played in both teams. It's really exciting. Yeah, I'm trying to check out.
How about it? The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Patrone.
From Morelli Field at Melrose High School in Melrose, Mass. This is Game 3 of the 2026 Intercity League Semifinals here on LSP tonight. Who will go to the ICL Championship Series to take on the Lexington Bulldogs? Will it be the Andre Chiefs or the Melrose Americans? We're about to find out. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you. Ready to bring you the play-by-play story. The Lexington Bulldogs pulling off the upset of the top seed Lexington Blue Sox last night, 11-4 shellacking over the defending champs, and they'll get another crack at the ICL title starting Thursday against which of these teams? Mike Nestor fires the first pitch outside for ball one at 7:51. We are underway with Ryan Patrone leading things off for the Andre Chiefs. Two shades of red here, maroon for the Chiefs, and some more traditional red, I want to call it pure red, for the Americans. It's the full Chiefs lineup for you. Ryan Patrone leading it off in left, followed by friend of the program, Teddy Juba as a DH, Miles Reed at second, Byron Woodman behind the plate, Ruben Rodriguez at first, Joe Bova in right field, Robert Scalvis at third, Ron Osman at short, and Nick Valderia rounding out the 9-man lineup in support of Cam Bro. Nestor with a 2-1 and looped behind short. Dre Chiefs.
Now batting, the DH, number 69, Teddy Zuba.
Teddy posted on social media the other day he's running out of century marks to hit in his Boston amateur baseball career. Look at him squaring. And that gets to the backstop, and that is going to get Patrone up to second. Well, for a guy who has drawn enough walks to maybe make a lap around the circumference of this state, I can throw you off there. Wait, he's squaring? Send it to the backstop. And all of a sudden, a runner in scoring position. For the Andre Chiefs, who you have to figure as Juba flies this one into right center field, that will be caught for out number one. Patrone bluffs and stays at second.
How about it? The second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
You got to figure the Chiefs are extra motivated in this series because they missed the postseason entirely last year. Fell short, actually, thanks to a forfeit that benefited the Middlesex Expos and pushed them into the 5th and final playoff spot on the last day of the regular season. But now the Chiefs with a chance to return to the ICL Championship Series for the third time in 4 years. Spida foul tips the first one for strike one. Reed slash 291, 452, 455 in 17 games with 2 doubles, 2 triples, 1 homer, 6 RBIs, and 14 walks, just 6 Ks. And that just misses outside for ball one to even the count at 1. Mike Nestor getting the start for the Melrose Americans. Veteran misses down and away for ball 2. 2-1. Missed 2025 in its entirety after going 4-1 with 1 save in 2024. And this year, in 9 1/3 innings, 1-0. The 1.93 ERA, 3 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Up close to 2 Ks an inning. So what he was almost exactly at 2 years ago, 61 Ks in 32 innings. Got the save in the Game 1 win on Thursday. Just a third of an inning on the last out of that ball game to give the Americans a 1-0 lead, but the Chiefs coming back with a big win. That was Friday night, not Thursday, because game was postponed. Game 1 was postponed on Thursday due to field conditions here. Got the save in Game 1 Friday. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. And again, that is why you never pitch the bat before the umpire makes the call.
Now batting, the catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
So it'll be up to Byron Woodman to try and cash in with Patron in scoring position before there was even one out in this ball game. Woodman, the ICL's leading hitter, won the batting title by 3 points over Jack Pasiak of the Blue Sox. Grounds this one right side, past the diving second baseman, into center field for a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off. Chiefs lead 1-0.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ruben Rodriguez.
Woodman wasting 0 time. First pitch swinging. Brings home the first run of the ball game. And in a best of 3 series with already so little room, that much less room for error. Now it's just down to a best of 1. Well, always important to get the first run of the ball game. Rodriguez looking to make it 3-0 with 1 swing of the bat and just fouls it off for strike 1. Rodriguez slash 386, 425, 46 in the regular season. That nearly came and got him. Held on to behind the plate. And it is 1-1. Rodriguez had 15 ribbies on the, that's the wrong stats. Sorry about that. Looking at the 2025 stats for whatever reason. Had 15 RBIs last year, did Rodriguez, as that misses for a ball. 2-1. Rodriguez actually only played in 5 games this year, but was 7 for 15 with a double, a triple, and 3 ribbies. He's ahead 2-1. Misses inside. 3-1 count to Rodriguez. First baseman for the Chiefs, Joe Bova on deck. And back-to-back, 2-out base runners, this one by way of the walk.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3, Joe Bova.
Bova slashed 404, 485, 667 with 3 homers, 13 ribbies, 6 doubles. Lefty on lefty here, and he fouls that one off for strike 1, and already about to hit 20 pitches for Mike Nestor. Interesting to see how long of a leash Kevin Burgoyne will give him, knowing he missed all of last year, knowing he only pitched 9 innings this year. Nope. 1-1. Nestor's lone win in the regular season came against the Chiefs on July 20th, an inning and a third with 2 Ks. That's in there for a strike. And I'll move the count to 1-2. Had one other appearance against the Chiefs this year, did Nestor. 1 inning on July 12th. 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. The only runs he allowed this year were in 4 innings against the Expos on July 15th. And that is outside for a ball, 2-2. In his career in the postseason, Nestor is 1-1 with 1 save at a 4.42 ERA. 1 win came last year against the Expos, and that is fouled off. Remains 2-2. Americans won Game 1 on Friday, 6-4. Chiefs came back with a 7-2 win last night. Outside to fill the count. And gentlemen, start your engines with Roberts Galvis due up next. Infield back, and the payoff pitch. Here it is. Fly ball. Stays on the infield. Doesn't even get to the dirt, in fact. And that'll end the inning. 1-0 Chiefs after half an inning. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly, made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Cam Brault will take the bump for the Andre Chiefs. Already staked to a 1-0 lead before he even throws a pitch. Brault just pitched in 1 game in the regular season, took the L on July 20th against these Americans. Went 6 innings, allowed 13 hits, 5 runs, but only 1 of them was earned. Walked 2, struck out 7, surrendered 1 home run.
Now batting, the DH, number 9, Matt Elwell.
He only has 2 appearances and 2 1/3 postseason innings in his ICL career. But he is tasked with pitching the Chiefs to the ICL Championship Series against this Americans lineup. Matt Elwell leading it off as the DH, followed by Sean Nestor at short, as that misses outside for a ball. 1-0. Daniel Ferris at first. Tad Giardina is in left. Chris Klein is the EH. Laz Giardina is in right. Tyler Normandy at third. Chris Simoneau at second. Jake Bartlett behind the plate. And Devin Farron rounds out the 10-man lineup in center in support of Mike Nestor. Grounder the other way. Nicely handled for out number one. A liner picked off the ground before it could hit it by Roberts Galvis.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Sean Nestor.
So quickly, 1 up, 1 down. The DH Elwell is retired, and here's the shortstop, Sean Nestor. Nestor slashed 400, 433, 545 with 5 doubles, 1 homer, and 12 ribbies. He's 1 for 4 with a walk and a run scored in the first 2 games of this series. 1-1 is the count. Outside for a ball. 2-1. Hitters count for Nestor, who is a career .308 hitter, but all singles in his postseason career. Towering pop-up around the middle of the infield. Reed hauls it in, 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 11, Daniel Ferris.
So here is Daniel Ferris to try and keep the line moving. 320, 395, 507 was his slash line with 3 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 23 ribbies. Next closest on the team was Tad Giardino, who's in the on-deck circle in the cleanup spot with 15. Ferris is behind 0-1 here. Fouled off. Quickly moves to 0-2. Ferris beat out Rowan Ostman by 1 for the RBI title in the ICL. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Daniel Ferris, and Cam Bro gets through the bottom of the first in order on just 10 pitches. Bryan Team Sales is the official jersey provider of LSP since 1867, America's oldest family-owned sporting goods and custom apparel provider with over a dozen different high-quality brands to choose from, including Under Armour, Bauer, Mizuno, Rawlings, and more. Use promo code Brian's Love Sports for 20% off regular price in-stock items at BryanTeamSales.com.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 43, Roberts Galvis.
Galvis, who made that nice catch on the low line drive off of the bat of Elwell in the bottom of the first, will lead things off here in the top of the second. Galvis, Ostman, and Valdario, the bottom third of the Chiefs lineup, due up here. Galvis swings at the first one and fouls it off for strike one. Kind of the start to last night's Blue Sox Bulldogs game light in the top of the first, where the Bulldogs got a lefty who hasn't had a big workload this year to have a big workload in terms of the pitch count in the first inning. The difference is they got Metzdorf to fire 44 bullets in the top of the first, and they scored 3 runs. There were 5 consecutive base runners after the first 2 were retired on strikes. But it took 15 pitches to get those first 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Galvis, 2-2. Galvis slashed .382, .435, .436 with 1 double, 1 triple, and 5 ribbies in the regular season. Of course, not as taxing for Nestor or the Americans in the top of the first. Ended up only trailing 1-0, but they still trail after going 1-2-3 in the bottom.
Now batting the shortstop, number 41, Rowan Oostman.
So here's Rowan Oostman, and the dude's the 8-hitter in the Chiefs lineup with this slash line. He takes high for ball 1. 426, 537, 778 with 4 doubles, 5 homers, and 22 ribbies. Again, he's the 8-hitter. Against the Americans in the regular season was 3 for 8 with 2 runs, a homer, and 4 ribbies. Now he's ahead in the count, 2-1. Swings and misses there, 2-2. Oostman is 0 for 4 with 2 runs so far in the series, with a walk and 4 Ks. He's also been hit by 2 pitches, 1 in each game. So despite being 0 for 4 at the plate, he does have an OBP of 429. What does he do? He gets on base. And it's just out in front of that one, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Nestor picking up his second strikeout to begin this inning with Galvis. And he's got a full count against the dangerous Rowan Oostman. Grounds this one to the right side. Even on a routine grounder, that sounds really good off his bat. But there are 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the second.
Now batting the center fielder, number 98, Nick Valdario.
So here's Nick Valdario to try and keep the line moving. Valdario, pretty good profile for a number 9 hitter, too. 294, 362, 353. No extra base hits, but except for a homer, rather. And 10 ribbies. 5 walks to 14 Ks, but also 5 out of 6 in the stolen base department. A strike. Well, last night we had the tin can strike zone in the Blue Sox Bulldogs game. Tonight it seems we've got the gerrymandered congressional district. Fouled off the other way, and it's 0-2. I'll be here all week. No, a delayed strike 3 call finally comes. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Nick Valdario side retired. 1-2-3 go the Chiefs. In the top of the second, still 1-0 Andre after a buck and a half. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. Giardina, Klein, and Giardina, attorneys at law, due up here in the bottom of the second for the Melrose Americans. Tad Giardina ducks out of the way of that one for ball one. Tad led the Americans in batting average at .403, slashed .403, 476, 625. 8 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, and 15 ribbies. The count is even at 1-1. This is his second time posting an OPS over 1,000 with the Americans. Posted a 1066 2 years ago as he dribbles this one up the third base line, barehanded by Galvis, but he is going to eat it, and it will be an infield single, the first base runner of the night for the Melrose Americans.
Now batting, the extra hitter, number 10, Chris Klein.
So here is Chris Klein. .317, 455, 732 was his slash line. 2 doubles, 5 homers, 12 ribbies. Takes the ball inside, 1-0. Drew the most walks on the Americans this year with 11. Time was granted to Klein just as Brawl was delivering it. So 1-0 is the count. Hitters count here, 2-0 for the number 5 hitter, Klein. That bounces away from Woodman, and to second goes Tad Giardina. With Laz due up next. Take sign possibly here. See what Brawl does on 3-0. Hits the outside corner. Now Klein will go to work. Tying run in scoring position. Giardina with an infield single, then getting to second on a wild pitch. 3-1. Outside corner from 3-0 to 3-2. Chiefs lead 1-0. Base hit by Byron Woodman, driving home Ryan Patron for the first run of the game in the top of the first. Couple looks at second, and now the 3-2. Grounded to the right side. Reed has it on to first. Gets the runner over at the very least. And now the tying run 90 feet away for Laz Giardina.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, Laz Giardina.
Laz slash 259, 348, 328 with 4 doubles and 11 ribbies in the regular season. Played 22 out of a possible 20. Officially, the season was set at 26, but the league agreed to stop it at 25 with all the rainouts to get the postseason finally underway, because the Park League has the obligations of their own, of course, and basically all the game, I think all but one of the games that yet to be made up were interleague games against the Park League. I think the Blue Sox and the Bulldogs last game is the only ICL game that didn't get made up. But nobody complained about it. There was no, the playoff teams had been set. And now here we are in Game 3 of the second semifinal to determine who will face the Bulldogs for the ICL ship starting Thursday. Grounder up the middle. Nice diving stop by Reed, but he bobbles it. In comes the tying run.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, Tyler Normandy.
So Laz drives home Tad. Tie game at 1 out, and a big swing and a miss, and a pitch darting down and away for strike one to Tyler Normandy. Another swing and a miss. The ball gets away, but Woodman able to track it down. It's the second RBI of the postseason for Laz. Normandy in 12 games, slash 242, 306, 333 with 11 Ks, and here he is behind 0-2. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Tyler Normandy, 2 down.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Chris Semifinals.
Second strikeout for Brawl. And here is Chris Semifinals fouling this one off for strike one. So again, it feels like last night's game between the Blue Sox and the Bulldogs light to this point. The Chiefs run up the pitch count in the first inning and get one. The Americans tie the game here in the bottom of the second. Again, 3-3 was the score after 2. We're not out of the woods yet here in the second inning. Still time potentially for the Americans to take the lead. That misses outside for a ball, and the count will move to 2-1. Two infield singles have led to the tying run here in the bottom of the second for the Melrose Americans, with Tad Giardina leading it off with the infield single. Got to second on a wild pitch. Klein grounded to second to get him to third, and then Laz brought home Tad. Laz is still at first as Semifinals fouls that one off to fill the count, and now Laz will be off with the pitch. The catcher, Jake Bartlett, due up next if Semifinals can get on. Semino, a .235 hitter in the regular season with 8 RBIs. Laz takes off. Payoff is inside for ball 4.
Now batting, the catcher, number 13, Jake Bartlett.
Brings up Jake Bartlett with now the go-ahead run in scoring position. Jake /200, 351, 233 with 1 double and 3 ribbies. Takes down and away for a ball, and it is 1-0. Bartlett played in 16 games, had 6 hits, and 4 of those came in 2 multi-hit games, with 2 hits against ADSL and 2 against the Mad Dogs. Now he's in a hitter's count here at 2-0. Against the Chiefs this year, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. He is 4 for 6 in this series, with a homer and 3 ribbies and a double. Got him off speed there, and it is 2-1. And sometimes guys just come alive in the postseason. We saw that with Costello of the Bulldogs last night. For hitting under 100 in the regular season. Had a 2-run home run to put the game out of reach in Game 2 against the Blue Sox. And then a clutch double towards the end of the game to put that one out of reach too. Bartlett 2 for 3 in each of the first 2 games of this series. Double and 2 ribbies in Game 1. Solo home run in Game 2. He's got the go-ahead run scoring position and Laz Giardina at second and Semino at first. And he hits this one into right center field, and it will be a diving no catch. Americans lead. Joe Bova had a beat on it but couldn't secure it.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 31, Devin Barron.
Jake Bartlett delivering again as Laz Giardina scores. 5th hit, now 7 ABs in the postseason for Bartlett. And here's the center fielder, Devin Farron. Chopper up the middle, and Reed can't handle it. He's asking for runner's interference from the infield umpire who was looking at the play, and he's not happy about not getting the call. So the bases are now loaded. Anthony Perry's going to come out and plead his team's case. That ball was chopped right to Spida with Bartlett coming in front of him. And, Reed, you could apply the tag on him too. Maybe that's what he's arguing too. Like, I got the tag on him. AP pleading his case. I don't know how much good this is going to do. As it stands right now, it is an infield single for Farron, which would be the 3rd of the inning for the Americans. With the top of the lineup coming up.
Now batting, the DH, number 9, Matt Elwell.
The lineup turns over for Matt Elwell. And what a spot this would be. He's got the bases loaded with 2 down. And Brault misses outside for ball 1. Elwell hit a sinking liner the other way Leading off the bottom of the first, that was snared by Galvis. Grounds this one left side. Ostman bobbles it, 3-1. Well, that's no infield single. That is an E6 all the way. Seminoles scores, and everybody is safe.
The shortstop, number 8, Sean Nestor.
Now here's Sean Nestor. Normandy went down on three straight pitches. And then Semino walks, Bartlett singles, Farron singles, Elwell reaches on an error. It's 3-1. And that is down and in for a ball. 1-0 is the count to Nestor. Popped up to second, his first time up. Outside corner, strike one. Bartlett at third, Farron at second, Elwell at first. There have been 3 infield singles in the inning so far. The only ball that's left the infield was Bartlett's single. Swing and a miss. Ramped up the fastball there to get to 2-2. Bartlett's single brought home Laz Giardina. Now 2-2. Fouled off. After just 10 pitches in the first, retiring the side in order. Pitch count is now at 43 for Cam Bro. To Sean Nestor. Chopper to the right side. Reed flips to Ostman for the out that retires the side. But the Americans take the lead with a 3 spot here in the bottom of the second. The LSP store is open. Get yourself one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Scan the QR code now to buy. Top of the third. Mike Nestor has now been staked to a 3-1 lead. Thanks to 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 Andre error in the bottom of the second. Winner of this game goes to the ICL Championship Series to face the Lexington Bulldogs. For the Chiefs, business as usual as far as the franchise history is concerned. It'll be their 3rd time in 4 years. And they'd be looking for their 3rd championship since the pandemic. The Americans are looking to get to the ICL Championship Series for the first time since 1987. You know, I've talked about, history as far as the Blue Sox are concerned. As far as I'm concerned, having been with the team for 20 years now, in 2006, I was born in 87. I wasn't yet born.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan.
I was not yet born the last time the Americans reached the ICL Championship Series, and that was back when they were still the Medford Mustangs. They haven't won a ship since 1985, so they've been close a couple of times in recent years, but haven't gotten over the hump. They took game one of the best-of-3 semis in 2022 against the Blue Sox, but failed to hang on, and we'll see if they can hang on here. As the lineup turns over to begin the top of the third with Patron, Juba, and Reed. Patron reached on a single and then scored the game's first run back in the top of the first. We got underway at 7:51. It is now 8:35. Side corner, strike two. Nestor got the side in order in the top of the second with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to second against the bottom third of the order. Americans roared in by taking the lead in the bottom of the second with a 3 spot on 4 hits and 1 Andre error. Boink. Actually looked in a good spot too, strike zone wise. Thank you so much, by the way. I would have asked, but I didn't see anything. But anyways, where was I? Oh my goodness! Layout by Chris Cimino, that close. Instead, Patron is now 2 for 2. Had to hold the call for a moment because he timed that perfectly. It just got under him, though, and into right field. And Patron, the Chiefs' leader in stolen bases, is aboard. He was 11 out of 11. Here's Teddy pulling back, and the back pick offline, but smothered at first. Actually got the pitch count wrong. It's now at 46. Now it's at 47. Is it 1-1 or 2-0? 1-1. All right, that's right. Yeah. Couldn't miss the strike call on the first pitch, but at any rate, Teddy with a fly out to center his first time up. Lefty on lefty. Patron inching off of first. Down away, now that one goes over to the backstop on the Americans' dugout side. And once again, Patron leads off the inning with a single, gets to second on a wild pitch, and is 2-1 to Juba, who is running out of century marks in his career across the Intercity League, Yawkey League, every league in the area. Oh, he caught it! Are you kidding me? 1-6 double play!
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
2 for 1 special and the juggling act. Just like that, base is empty, 2 down. You go from a runner in scoring position for one of the greatest to ever do it to base is empty, 2 down, and now strike 1 to Spida, who struck out looking his first time up, and that's a strike. He has not gotten any favors from the umpires tonight. You know, he wasn't thrilled with that strike call. Got rung up looking on what he thought was ball 4 in the first inning. And then there was was it a tag? Was it interference? Last half inning, nope, it was everybody safe. Oh, well, there's one that goes his way as it hops off of Normandy's glove. Reed is on his way to second. Well, things aren't going your way. Sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. A wicked hop.
Now batting, the catcher, number 25.
Was otherwise a playable ball there for Normandy. It would have been a very tough play, though, to get Reed, who is very fast out of the right-handed batter's box, on a ball hit slowly deep on the third base side. And then just have to get past Normandy. And instead of, okay, well, you can live with the infield single, now you got a runner in scoring position again. A strike to Woodman. 0-1. Baseball is so stupid. Woodman with the RBI single his first time up. Looking for another one here as that misses inside. 1-1. Again, the Chiefs looking to make it back to the ICL Championship Series. That hit him? Yeah, it did. So Reed will have to go back to second on the play, but it now makes it first and second, two down rather, for Rodriguez.
First baseman, number 12, Ruben Rodriguez.
Well, nice little restock here by the Chiefs after the 1-6 double play to make it bases empty, two down. Rodriguez now has a tying run on first. He's got the power to tie this game or give the Chiefs the lead with one swing of the bat. And it's down away for a ball. The Chiefs looking to make it back to the ICL Championship Series for the third time in 4 years. Americans looking to make it to the ICL Championship Series for the first time under the Americans' name as that misses inside. 2-0. Last time this franchise made the ICL Championship Series, the summer of 1987, before I was born, month before I was born, as the Medford Mustangs. They didn't even make the ICL Championship Series as the Medford Americans. 2-1. Their last ship was in 1985. If the Americans do make it there, and Anthony Perry is coming in to ask the home plate umpire something, and I guess there's not too much dispute here, whatever. Anyways, it's 2-1. If the Americans do win this game, and thus this series, it will mark the first time since 2006 that neither the Chiefs nor the Blue Sox made the ICL Championship Series, as it is now 3-1 to Rodriguez with Joe Bova due up next. I talked about last night during the Blue Sox Bulldogs game as Rodriguez drills this one into left center field on his horse and able to track it down is Devin Farron for the out that retires the side. 3-1 Americans after 2.5. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web, Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership is also available for $5 a month. PayPal and Creator Spring, LSP37. Try it with your friends. Bottom of the third, and it's the heart of the order due up for the Americans in Ferris, Giardina, and Klein.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 11, Daniel Ferris.
Ferris struck out looking his first time up to end the bottom of the first. And the Americans with a 3-1 lead after 2.5. Chiefs threatened to start the top of the third. 1-6 double play cleared the bases with 2 down. Chiefs restocked with a double by Reed and a hit by pitch of Woodman, but Rodriguez smoked one into left center, was tracked down by Farron, and keeps the game at 3-1 Melrose. Championship Series will start Thursday. Whoever wins this game is going to have home field advantage in that series. There's a fly ball the other way towards the corner and left. That'll get fouled and out of play. Bulldogs being the 4 seed, the Americans being the 2, and the Chiefs being the 3. Whoever wins this game will have home field advantage, although the games will be played here at Morelli regardless. Always nice to have the ICL Championship Series here at Morelli. It's a great facility. Maybe I would argue the best facility in the entire league. And I'm sure I wouldn't be alone in that assessment. Ferris goes down on strikes for the second time.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 22, Tad Giardina.
I mean, it's the best in my book because of the air-conditioned press box. Everywhere else, au naturel. Hey, Sebastian Goulet, how you doing? Giardina up the middle, scooped up by Ostman. In time! And quickly 2 up and 2 down.
Now batting, the extra hitter, number 10, Chris Klein.
So Giardina, who picked up the first base hit and scored the first run of the game for the Americans last inning, is retired on a 1-pitch ground out to short. And here's Chris Klein. Ground out to second his first time up. 0 for 1. And dribbles this one up the third base line, but that will be a foul ball for strike 1. Closing in on the 1 hour mark of this ball game. Last night, the Blue Sox and the Bulldogs were lucky to get to the hour mark by the end of the second inning. And of course, in a postseason game, and of course, in a winner-take-all postseason game, things are going to slow down considerably. Especially in a best-of-3 series with that much less room for error. One and one is the count to Klein. Down and away, Woodman trying to put it on a platter for the home plate umpire, but send it back to the kitchen. 2 and 1. Broken bat grounder the other way. Reed got it and on to first. 1, 2, 3. Go the Americans in the bottom of the third. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is.
go Bova.
Bova, Galvis, and Ostman due up for the Chiefs here in the top of the fourth. Americans leading 3-1. Sean Nestor back out there for his fourth inning of work. Averaging 20 pitches an inning through the first three. He's got strike one in there on Bova, who popped up to second to end the top of the first. Retired the side in order in the second on 15 pitches, but 25 in the first and 20 in the third. As that hits the outside corner for a strike to make it 0-2. Remember, there's a guy who missed all of last year. Minimal work coming back from that this year. Here is his longest outing now of 2026. So I mean, he finishes this inning anyways. This is his second longest outing now at 3 innings. It was his second longest at 2 1/3. Pitched 2 innings against the Blue Sox back on May 27th. And aside from 4 against the Expos on July 15th, as that's fouled off, nothing over an inning and a third. An inning and a third appearance is where he got his only dub of the season. But 9 1/3 innings over 5 appearances in the regular season. Got the save, getting the last out of game 1. As that just misses high, ball 3. Now here he is into the fourth, getting into the fourth for only the second time this year. Fouled straight back, we'll do it again. Three innings tonight is more postseason innings than he had pitched, as that is past the leaping second baseman Semino into right center for a leadoff base hit. 3 innings is already more than
Now back, the third baseman, number 43, Roberts.
He pitched in either of his first 2 postseasons in 21 and 23. This is the first time he's appeared in more than one game in a postseason. This is his second appearance of this series. So Bova with a leadoff single, and Osman's going to try and lay one down here right to the pitcher. It ends up being a sacrifice. Bova into scoring position. And assuming that was Galvis, not...
Now batting, the shortstop, number 41, Rowan Usman.
That was Galvis laying down the bunt, rather, not Osman. My mistake. But Galvis lays it down, and now here is Ostman, runner in scoring position, 1 down. And that misses down and away to the dangerous Rowan Ostman. Grounded out to second, his first time up in the second. Very hard to get this man out. Very hard to prevent him from doing any kind of damage. Grounder up the middle, base hit. Around third comes Bova to make it a 1-run game.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 98, Nick Valderio.
3 1/3 innings now for Nestor. But now the tying run is at first in the person of Ostman, and here is Valderio. Probably not going to be bunting. Well, he might not bunt. With already 1 down. Oh, late break back to first, but Ostman is there. But, you know, certainly got a capable hitter in Patron up top. I don't want to give away outs here when you're still trailing. You never know. Valderio is bunting. It goes right to the third baseman and on to first. So it's a sacrifice to make it runner in scoring position, 2 down, and turn the lineup over for Patron.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8, Brian Patron.
Now, this man had 22 ribbies in the regular season, and that is his first one of the postseason. In fact, that was his first hit of the postseason, and it makes it a 1-run game, and now Patron with a chance to tie it. That is upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Patron's 2 for 2, 2 singles, and a run scored. Three RBIs, a 375 batting average. Ball gets away from the catcher. Here's the throw, not in time. Was that the third wild pitch by my count? By Nestor in this one. And puts a tying run 90 feet away. Patron advanced on each of the first 2 wild pitches. Nestor with a full windup. 3-0. And sure, if you put Patron on, gives you one more way to get out of this inning. But then you'd be facing Teddy Juba. And, of course, Patron 11 out of 11 in stolen bases. No guarantee that force at second is still going to be there. It's now 3-1 as Patron did the Statue of Liberty play there. Fly ball into right field, and that will get down. Fair ball, game tied into the corner. Patron with a double. He stumbles over the bag, but gets back. We are back to where we started. Patron is 3 for 3. Well, now time called. With the GOAT due up next. Juba only played in 5 games in the regular season, but had 7 hits and 5 walks and 15 ABs. He's going to face a new noodle. Mike Nestor's night is done. Brine Team Sales is the official jersey provider of LSP. Since 1867, Brine's is America's oldest family-owned sporting goods and custom apparel provider, with dozens of high-quality brands to choose from, including Under Armour, Bauer, Mizuno, Rawlings, and more. Use promo code Brine's Love Sports for 20% off all regular price in-stock items at BrineTeamSales.com. The Americans are going to turn it over to the man who got the win in Game 1 on Friday, Nick Bamforth. Went 6 2/3 and allowed 8 hits, 4 unearned runs, walked 1, struck out 7, and surrendered 1 home run and hit 2 batters. And then it was Nestor who got the final out of that one to lock it down. But now it's going to be Bamforth returning the favor, but has to return it a much longer way.
Now batting the DH, number 69, Teddy Juba.
Juba went 4 for 4 in game 1 with a homer and 3 RBIs, and he is immediately going to get the free pass.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
Okay. I mean, I don't blame him. Teddy Juba, I mean, in his postseason career, over the last almost 20 years, across the ICL, Yawkey, every league you can think of, has a 1094 OPS in the postseason. Reed up the middle, through, base hit. Here comes Patron, Chiefs lead. Now they didn't want to pitch to Teddy. They pitched to Spida instead, and they paid the price.
Now batting the catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
Put some respect on Miles Reed's name. Hey, Nana Dude's in the chat. Doing some scouting from afar, man? First and second, 2 down. And now here's Byron Woodman. RBI single in the first. Hit by a pitch in the third. Juba at second, Reed at first. Line right to short for the out. That retires the side. We are through 3.5. Halfway home. 4-3 Chiefs. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot. Whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach, email yours truly for all the deets. Bottom of the fourth. Chiefs with a 3 spot to reclaim the lead. Cambro back out there. Last Giardino lead things off. He's behind 0-1. Miles Reed with an RBI single to bring home Ryan Patrone to give the Chiefs the lead. This decisive Game 3 of the ICL semifinals. That is at the knees, I guess, for strike 2. 0-2. Giardina, one of 3 infield singles in the second inning, which was a 3 spot of the American zone, to give them what was a 3-1 lead at the time. Well, Giardina's arguing that was a foul tip, but the home plate umpire says that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Laz is asking for help. Kevin Burgoyne is asking for help. I mean, I don't know if the base umpires are going to have any better of a view of a play like that than the home plate umpire is. And it is ruled a foul ball. So we'll do it again. Oh, and now AP's coming out. Well, I get it. It's an elimination game. It's a do or die, winner take all game. Every play carries that much higher stakes. Chopper right side. Miles Reed, oh, it's over his head into right field for a base hit.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, Tyler Norman.
Well, Laz Giardina takes advantage of the new life and picks up his second base hit. Well, Mr. Reed cheers him on in the chat. Here's Tyler Normandy. Struck out on 3 pitches, his first time up. Takes a strike on a fastball in the outside corner, and it is 0-1. So Laz Giardina now 2 for 2. Couple of base hits. That's down and away for a ball. Now it's 60 pitches. Is Cambro. Chiefs dugout loved that pitch, but the home plate umpire did not, and it is 2-1. Swing and a miss. And that's what's got him off balance. Normandy against Broad. He just spam slider here. Grounder left side. Ostman to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. Great turn. Great stretch at first by Rodriguez. That'll just end up being a 6-4 fielder's choice.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Chris Semifinals.
And 1 down now. Normandy's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss by Semino. 0-1. Semino with a walk, his first time up. Flared it the other way, but just a bit too late, and it'll be 0-2 as it lands foul. Little plie there by Galvis, trying to haul that one in. Got past him, but stayed outside the line. Oh, 2 to Semino. Long wait. Popped up. Center field. Oh, a little bit of stop and start here, and Nick Valdario wanted to hose Normandy going back to first. He said we'll hold on to it. It'll be 2 down for Jake Bartlett. So Giardina gets on board as the leadoff man with a base hit. Forced out on a fielder's choice. Normandy still at first after Semino flies out to center. That is on the outside corner for fastball strike 1. And for those playing the home game, Normandy has not attempted a stolen base this season. One and one. And the winner of this game to the ICL Championship Series starting Thursday against the Lexington Bulldogs, who eliminated the defending champ Blue Sox with an emphatic 11-4 victory last night in Game 3 of that semifinal. Chiefs win. It'll be their 3rd trip to the ICL Championship in 4 years. Looking for their 3rd championship since the pandemic. And how many would this be overall now? Ground to the left side. We'll do the math on that later. As Osman able to smother it and get the force for the out that retires the side. Through 4, still 4-3 Chiefs. The LSP store is open. Get yourself one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Scan the QR code now to buy.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, Ruben Rodriguez.
Bova, and Galvis due up here in the top of the 5th. As this game is past the hour and 24-minute mark now, here at Morelli Field at Melrose High School in Melrose, Massachusetts. The lights have gone out at the football field. And first pitch swinging after the lights go out. Rodriguez is aboard. Wonder if the added contrast helped with the hitter's eye there.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3, Joe Bova.
So for those playing the home game, that is now 3 pitches thrown by Bamforth since he came in for Mike Nestor. The first batter he faced was Juba, but they gave him the sign for the intentional walk. And then base hit by Reed, line out to short by Woodman, base hit now by Rodriguez. That's the first pitch that the Chiefs have taken from Bamforth, and that gets in there for strike one. 0-1 to Bova. Hits this one into left field, going back on it, and that's going to get all the way to the wall. Rodriguez is going to get the stop sign at third as it's a double for Bova.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 43, Robert Galvin.
That is now 5 pitches thrown by Bamforth and 4 piss missiles. I can say that. It's YouTube. Down and away. Galvis, strikeout in the second, sack bunt in the fourth. First not hard hit ball off of Bamforth, who again went 6 2/3 for the win in game 1. Clearly the Chiefs seeing him a lot better tonight. Infield is in with second and third and nobody out. And now it's 1-2. Grounder, right back to the pitcher, freezes the runner who thought about sneaking in the back door but hangs on. Discretion is the better part of valor. And Galvis grounds out on the 1-3 comebacker.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 41, Rowan Usman.
Even that was hit solidly. It just ended up right in the pitcher's glove on a hop. And Bamforth able to freeze Rodriguez at third, so it's still second and third. But now with 1 down, and here's a dangerous Rowan Ostman. RBI single, run scored last inning, 1 for 2. As his first hit of the postseason for a young man who put up some absurd numbers in the regular season, and the dude's hitting in the 8-hole. 8-hole. You people mean the world to me. 426, 5 homers, 22 ribbies, OPS of 1315. Not an easy out in this lineup. Comes back to the outside part of the plate for strike 2, 1-2. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there of Ostman.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 98, Nick Valderio.
And now it's up to Valdario. Hoping to get on base for the first time tonight. Struck out looking to end the second. Laid down a sack bunt. Last inning. Grounds this one the other way, but foul for strike 1. Rodriguez at third and Bova at second. After a single and a double to begin the inning, but a comebacker by Galvis froze Rodriguez. And then Bamforth got Ostman on strikes. That misses outside. And the count will be 1-1. Chiefs scored 1 in the first. Americans responded with 3. in the bottom of the second. That drifts away a bit from Bartlett, but able to corral it. But ahead in the count now is Valderio. 2-1. And a 3 spot in the top of the fourth gave the Chiefs the lead back. 4-3. Looking to add on here with 2 runners in scoring position. Outside corner, strike 2. Valderio is not thrilled. Wash it off, see what you can do with the next one. With the full windup, Bamforth delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks after the first 2 reach to make it second and third, nobody out. It is still 4-3 Andre after 4.5. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Of course you are. Then follow and support us on the web. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's also available for $5 a month. PayPal and Creator Spring. LSP 37. Tastes great on a cracker. Bottom of the fifth. 10-1-2 due up for the Melrose Americans in Farron, Elwell, and Sean Nestor. Brault misses down and in for a ball, and the count will be 1-0. Farron with a base hit, his first time up the middle, Reed from short center field, no! Ruben Rodriguez is literally hopping mad after not getting the call there.
Now batting, the DH, number 9, Matt Elwell.
But Farron is now 2 for 2. That was a strong throw from just into the center field grass by Spida. The one hop probably made the difference there. Now the lineup turns over for Elwell. Looking at a bunt here. He squares. Gets it down the third base line. Bare hand! Got him! Wow! Roberts Galvis.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Sean Nestor.
That is an absurd play. Bare hand with the leadoff man Elwell busting it up the line. From the left-handed batter's box, too. He's got an extra step. I think the bunt was just hit a bit too hard. Softened it up. Maybe you beat that out, but just the right strength on the bunt as far as the Chiefs are concerned anyways to still get the out. But Farron's now in scoring position as the tying run. Little flare past the third baseman, but that's not going to allow Farron to advance. It'll still be a single. You obviously can't take off there realistically if you are Farron.
Now batting. The first base number 11, Daniel Ferris.
Rodriguez reacted properly, but just stayed out of his reach. So it's a single for Nestor. He's now 1 for 3. Is the action coming fast and furious here in the bottom of the 5th with the tying run for the Americans in scoring position. The go-ahead run at first and Ferris at the plate. Outside for a ball, 1-0. And you know, when you think about it, if Elwell was called safe there, that's still at least 1 out. And it could theoretically have been 2 because both runners absolutely would have been frozen. Instead, with only the runner at second, there's less risk there for the Americans. So this might actually be a better spot for the Americans to be in than if Elwell had reached when you think about it. But no sense relitigating that now. Here's a 1-1 to Ferris. Well, that's the second time that time has been granted late to an Americans batter as Brawl was delivering it. You saw the hand go up, and there wasn't an immediate reaction by the home plate umpire. So you can understand Brawl being a little frustrated with that one. So again, 1-1. Brawl being very deliberate here. Down and in. 2-1. Ferris 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Brawl comes set. Fly ball, foul territory, out of play. But that was a very quick pitch by Brawl. I wonder if maybe he balked. Because they came set and then immediately delivered. No such call was made. So now it is 2-2 to Ferris. Cleanup man Tad Giardino do up next. And Brawl taking his time. Accepting the sign from Woodman. And, oh, hang on. Well, time granted a little more quickly this time. Brawl taking a second to step off. I wonder if got some mud between his cleats or something. But he's ready to go. With Farron at second and Sean Nestor at first. 2-2. Grounder, right side, Reed, short, 1, on to first! Double play! Inning over! Miles Reed with the defensive wizardry again. Mr. Reed, where are you at in the chat? Go to the 6, 4-3 Chiefs. LSP and Shipping Shield are partners in card. Shipping Shields are the eco-friendly sports and gaming card shipping protectors trusted by yours truly. Made in the U.S. and Canada on 100% recyclable cardboard. Use the link and codes on the screen or in the description for a discount on your order. We may receive a commission from those orders, but we thank you for your continued support of whatever this is. Top of the 6th. And the third whip of the night for the Melrose Americans is the right-hander Nick Colucci. Made only 2 appearances on the bump in the regular season. Was 1-0 with a 2.33 ERA in 3 innings. Allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run. Walked 2, struck out 3, and committed 1 balk. His 1 win came against the Andre Chiefs on July 26th. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 1 K, and the aforementioned balk.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan Patron.
Well, here is the star of the show offensively. No disrespect, Mr. Reed, so far. Ryan Patron, although when you factor in everything else that Miles has done, maybe he's the overall star of the show. But, you know, Patron's 3 for 3 out of the top of the order with a double, 2 runs scored, RBI. And, takes up and in for ball 1. So, Nick Bamforth departs after an inning and a third. Just about every pitch that the Chiefs made contact with, fair or foul, hit or out, was hard hit. 2-1. So 3 2/3 by Nestor, an inning and 2/3 by Bamforth, and now Colucci. With the Chiefs 6 defensive outs away from returning to the ICL Championship Series, where they would face the Lexington Bulldogs. Here's a blooper down the right field line, and it will be caught. Into the corner goes Laz Giardina for out number 1.
Now batting, the DH, number 69, Teddy Juba.
Juba got the free pass basically as he stepped into the batter's box as Bamforth his first assignment in the 4th. Swings at this one, but fouls it off for strike 1. Teddy is 0 for 2 tonight. Flew out to center in the first. Line of that 1-6 double play in the third, and then drew the intentional walk as the first batter Bamforth faced in the 4th. We're here in the top of the 6th. Do-or-die game in the ICL Championship Series, and over the head of Chris Cimino. And, that's just been a tough spot for Cimino to be in. It's not like he's getting eaten up or anything. He's making the right reads. He's doing everything he can defensively.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Miles Reed.
It just seems that every time it's hit his way, somehow the Chiefs are able to get it past, and that's no knock on Chris at all. But, just some bad luck sometimes. And now, here's Mr. Reed's baby boy. 2 for 3. Double. RBI single. Oh, my goodness. Well, we've already established that Miles is the main character of tonight's game. That just adds to it. Struck out looking in the first, double in the third, RBI single in the 4th. It gave the Chiefs the lead they have right now, and also some defensive wizardry and also some controversy while he's been in the field. Pop up right side of the infield. Oh, that drops and then takes a bad hop into the outfield grass. They still have the force, and they got him. Oh, boy. Never a dull moment. 2 down.
How about it? The catcher, number 25, Byron Woodman.
I mean, there's nothing Teddy can do there. Looks like a routine pop-up on the infield. And then if it lands in the dirt, okay, that should be an easy pickup. Throw over the shortstop for the force. and then takes that bad ricochet off the lip of the outfield grass. So anyways, Reed at first now with 2 down for Woodman. And that misses for ball 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the Americans will have Tad Giardina, Chris Klein, and Laz Giardina due up. And that was the part of the lineup that came to the plate in the bottom of the 2nd when the Americans scored all 3 of their runs. They left the bases loaded in that inning, but they led 3-1. But then came the 4th, and that's when the Chiefs turned things around. That's what has them 6 defensive outs away from returning to the ICL Championship Series. The Americans trying to get to the ICL Championship Series for the first time under the Americans' name, Medford or Melrose. Pickoff attempt, and Reed is back safely. It would be their first trip to the championship since a month before I was born, 1987. How do you do, fellow kids? Nobody got their first championship since 1985 when they were still the Medford Mustangs. I think the Chiefs wanted a balk there, but no such luck. Base umpire just confirming that he didn't call a balk. And so it is 2-1. Reed off of first. Three and one. Already saw 3 wild pitches from Nestor in his 3 2/3 innings, and that was well down and away too from Colucci. Colucci comes set. Pickoff attempt. Oh, they had him leaning for a moment, but he's safe. Swing and a miss. Turn up the gas there. Now Reed will be off with the pitch. With full count to Woodman. And Rodriguez due up next. RBI single in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, a line out to short in the fourth is Woodman's line. Payoff, fouled into the screen. Do it again here on 3-2. Check swing, appeal, no, ball 4. And the inning continues as Woodman is aboard for the 3rd time tonight.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, Ruben Rodriguez.
Well, the Chiefs have had their opportunities to add on to this lead. Woodman, after Reed singled home Patron to give the Chiefs a 4-3 lead, Woodman hit it on the screws, but right to the shortstop, Sean Nestor, for the last out of the 4th. As that is up and in for ball 1. And then in the 5th, the inning began with a Rodriguez single and a Bova double. Galvis hit one back up the box. Bamforth handled it, froze Rodriguez at third, got through to first for that out, and then struck out Osman and Valderio back-to-back to put up a goose egg in the top of the 5th. Here's another chance for the Chiefs to extend the lead. Rodriguez, 1 for 2, walk, fly out to center, single, Now stepping off is Colucci to look the runner back at second base. Main character Reed. Popped up. Shallow right center. And caught by Farron for the out that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 4-3 Chiefs. Brine Team Sales is the official jersey provider of LSP. Since 1867, Brine's is America's oldest family-owned sporting goods and custom apparel provider with plenty of quality brands to choose from, including Under Armour, Bauer, Mizuno, Rawlings, and more. Use promo code Brian's Love Sports for 20% off regular price in-stock items at BrianTeamSales.com. Bottom of the sixth, and after 5 innings from Cambro, A.J. Rourke takes over on the bump for the Andre Chiefs. Rourke made 13 appearances in the regular season and was 2-4 with 1 save and a 3.09 ERA in 31 2/3 innings. 39 hits, 27 runs, 14 of which were earned. Walked 11, struck out 38, surrendered 2 home runs, hit 2 batters, and threw 3 wild pitches. Against the Americans on June 21st, he took the L in 2 1/3 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and 1 wild pitch on July 14th. No decision, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 Ks.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 22, Pat Giardina.
Went 1 inning in game 1 on Friday, did Rourke. Not allow a hit, a run, or walk, and struck out a batter. Made 2 appearances, totaling an inning and 2/3 in the postseason in 2024. 2/3 of an inning against the Blue Sox on July 18th, and 1 inning against the Americans on August 18th, and 1 inning against the Americans on August 8th, which allowed 5 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, and 1 K. Hoping for a better outing against the Americans here, with a trip to the ICL Championship Series on the line. Tad Giardino 1 for 2 with a single, run scored, and a ground out to short. And takes low, and he is ahead of Rourke 2-0. Rourke in the regular season, since 2022 with the Chiefs, is 8.71 record with 5 saves and a 4.02 ERA. Pop up, foul ground, right side, long run for Rodriguez, and it gets over the fence. 2-1. Rourke also has some experience at the bat for the Chiefs when necessary. He has 3 hits in 19 career at-bats with 1 RBI and 2 runs scored. But of course, that is not the task at hand for Mr. Rourke. The task at hand is finishing this one off and hoping to get to the ICL Championship Series, which will start Thursday against the Lexington Bulldogs. Grounder left side, deep in the hole, and it gets past Galvis.
Now batting, the extra hitter, number 10, Chris Klein.
No shortage of drama tonight at second base and third base defensively for both sides. Leadoff man is aboard for the Americans. And here is Chris Klein, who's grounded out to second twice. Your way, Miles. Giardina with his lead at first. Rourke delivers. Little flare right side, and that is going to get down. Will they have a force at second? It gets away to left field. Giardina's getting to third. Second and third, nobody out. Oh my goodness. What a turn of events.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 16, was Giardina.
I was ready for another miracle from Miles. But that one was offline. And Giardina throws for a moment. But it was a late break in by the left fielder, Patron. So that allowed Tad to get to third. Klein is at second. And here's Laz, who's 2 for 2. First pitch swinging, grounder, and that will freeze the runners. 1 pitch. And there is the first out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 21, Tyler Normandy.
Laz retired for the first time tonight on the 3 unassisted ground ball, handled by Rodriguez. Infield in. Here is Normandy. 0 for 2, strikeout, reach on a fielder's choice. Swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. 0-1. Well, the Chiefs had second and third, nobody out in the 5th, and couldn't bring the guys home. Americans hoping not to suffer the same fate. Grounder! Oh, what a stab, but Rourke bobbles it! Oh my goodness, he still got the out though. Rodriguez fell off the bag after making the catch and still having contact with the first base bag. Again, never a dull moment tonight.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Chris Semifinals.
Rourke bobbled it and then nearly pulled Rodriguez off the bag, but somehow still nobody home for the Americans, and now 2 down in the span of 3 pitches for Semino. Swing and a miss for strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Chiefs will have Bova, Galvis, and Ostman due up. Fly ball into left. Tracking it down. Patron! Chiefs still lead 4-3 after 6. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor our content for as little as $25 a spot, whether you want to promote a business, product, or event, or send a message of support to a player, team, or coach. Email yours truly for all the deets. Wow. I don't know what to say about that bottom of the 6th. That could have been absolute disaster for the Chiefs, and yet somehow they're still leading 4-3 with 3 defensive outs to get. Here's Joe Bova, who takes ball 1. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout in the 2nd, sack bunt in the 4th, ground out to the pitcher in the 5th, which was the first out of a 2-out, nobody on situation for the Chiefs to try and pad what is still a 4-3 lead. Chiefs couldn't extend. Americans can't come back. So stay tuned for the thrilling conclusion, boys and girls. 1-1 to Bova. I misread. It's actually Bova's 2 for 3. I was reading Galvis's line. Bova's 2 for 3, a single, double, run scored. But he's behind 1-2. Colucci back out there for his 2nd inning of work. Appeal, no, I didn't think he went. I didn't think it was even close. And it's 2-2. It is kind of funny to think that you have that situation, and that can be such a high-pressure thing for a pitcher to get out of. And O'Rourke, including the single by Giardina and the error committed by Reed that got Giardina to 3rd and Klein to 2nd, that entire bottom of the 6th took 10 pitches. That is a lot of action and drama and Wallenda caliber tightrope walking to happen in just 10 pitches. Ball 4. Leadoff man aboard. For the Chiefs.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 43, Robert Galvis.
So Bova's aboard for the 3rd consecutive plate appearance. Here is Galvis, who is 0 for 2, with a strikeout, a sac bunt, and a comebacker. Winner to the ICL Championship Series, which will start Thursday night here at Morelli Field. The Lexington Bulldogs await. Galvis gets some chin music. 0-1. The Chiefs have had a chance in every inning since they took the lead in the 4th, including the 4th, to extend this lead, but this will be picked up foul. And it'll be 1-1. Actually, I marked the first pitch as a strike. The Chiefs have had base runners in every inning except the second. They have had multiple base runners in every inning except the second. That was the one time they went 1-2-3. Galvis squares, pops it up, but that will land foul for strike 2. The Americans went 1-2-3 in the first, scored all 3 of their runs in the second on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 1 error. They went 1-2-3 in the third. Haven't managed to push anything across since the error-plated Semino for the third run of the bottom of the second. They call a balk? Or no, that's just the Chiefs dugout hoping for it. Step off and throw to first, and Bova back safely. 1-2 is the count to Galvis. Won't be bunting here. Colucci delivers. Oh! Bat pick! 2-2. Swing and a miss. 1 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 41, Rowan Usman.
Osman is 1 for 3. His RBI single in the fourth is his first hit of this postseason. Between that, a ground out to second and a strikeout swinging. Swings and misses. 0-1. Bova at first does not really threaten to run yet. Grounder left side, diving stop, and nothing's going to come of it. Base hit for Ostman, who was 0 for in the first 2 games, is now 2 for 4 tonight.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 98, Nick Valderio.
Now, Valdario has already laid down 1 sack bunt tonight with already 1 out in the inning. Does he do it again here with Patron due up next? Not there. It's inside for ball 1. Bova at second, Ostman at first. Fouled off. 1-1. Past the 2-hour mark of this ball game. The Blue Sox Bulldogs game last night went 2 hours and 45 minutes. One and one the count to Valdario. 4-3 ball game. Fly ball into right center field, and that'll get down. Well, everybody's going to be safe. Tried to get the man in the middle, Ostman. Instead, base hit. Everybody is safe.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan Patron.
And the bases are chock full of Chiefs for Ryan Patron. 3 for 4. Single and runs scored in the first. Single in the third. RBI double and runs scored in the fourth. Fly out to right. Last inning. Infield in. Force at any base. And Patron comes up empty for strike 1. Nearly came in and got him. It is 1-1. Patron donning the helmet of the Boston Athletics, for whom he played several years in the Boston Park League. Fly ball, and that'll actually get into the overhang. It'll be 1-2. Now, the infield is in. Sean Nestor is actually a couple steps in on the grass further, step and a half anyways, further in on the grass than any of the other infielders. The third baseman, Normandy, on Patron's pull side is still on the dirt. Foul tip and couldn't hang on to it, so we'll do it again. You need to get a double play here. You absolutely do. Because Teddy Juba's on deck. He'll take any out, obviously. Do you really want to face Teddy with the bases chucked? Well, there's the strikeout. Got through that mini boss. No disrespect, Ryan.
Now batting the DH, number 69, Teddy Juba.
But now here is the final boss of Boston Amateur Baseball, Teddy Juba. Intentional walk in the fourth and a base hit last time up. The best eye you've ever seen. In the bottom of the seventh, the Americans will have Bartlett, Farron, and Elwell due up. 9, 10, and 1. Spin move and no throw back to second. Colucci comes set. Pop up. Left side. Caught by Normandy. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Closing time for the Chiefs, up 4-3. The LSP store is open. Get yourself one of several different designs of stickers, shirts, or other merch, including some stuff with my dog, Tina the Long Arena, on it, and some words I've probably said on this here YouTube channel over the years. Scan the QR code now to buy.
Here we go.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Jake Bartlett.
Jake Bartlett will lead things off here on the bottom of the seventh with A.J. Rourke hoping to finish off this one for the Chiefs and send them to the ICL Championship Series against the Lexington Bulldogs. Bartlett's 1 for 2. RBI single in the second, reach on fielder's choice, well, grounded to fielder's choice. in the fourth. He comes up empty there for strike one. So the Chiefs turned away once again with an opportunity to extend the lead. Can the Americans capitalize and extend or maybe win this game? Fly ball into center field. Valdario, one down.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 31, Devin Farron.
Farron's 2 for 2 out of the 10 slot. 2 singles. The Americans had second and third last inning with nobody out. That bottom of the sixth lasted all of 10 pitches, including the base hit by Giardina and the error by Reed that made it second and third, nobody out, and the Americans were turned away. It's been 4-3 since there were 2 outs. Oh, boy. 1-1. It's been 4-3 since there were 2 outs in the top of the fourth. The Americans have had their chances to come back and tie or take the lead. The Chiefs have had their chances to extend the lead. They have both teams have come up short each time. So both teams on pins and needles more and more and more as this game progresses, with now 2 outs left for the Chiefs to get to the ICL Championship Series. Fly ball the other way, foul. 2-2. Matt Elwell, the designated hitter, is due up next. All 3 of the Americans' runs came in the bottom of the second, which gave them a 3-1 lead at the time. 2-2. Grounder, left side. Ostman fires! Airmailed. Woodman, doing the right thing, finishing out the play, tracking down the offline throw, and putting a tag that is irrelevant on Farron. So a runner at first. That should be an E6.
Now batting, the DH.
Don't think Farron was going to beat that one out. So lineup turns over for Elwell, who laid down a sack bunt his last time, but don't think he's going to be doing that here. Oh for 2 is Elwell. Swing and a miss. Was that a changeup? 0-1. Third error of the night by the Chiefs. Second by Ostman. Fly ball the other way, foul. 0-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Matt Elwell.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 8, Sean Nestor.
And the American season rests on the bat of Sean Nestor. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Outfield straight away. Middle infielders back. Pop up. Left side. Foul ground. Galvis will watch this one go out of play. And the Americans are down to their final strike. It was Cambro for the first 5. O'Rourke 1 strike away from closing out a save and the series. 0-2. Here it is. Another fly ball left side, but fouling out of play. Rourke looks at first. Comes set. Another spoil. Theron at first after reaching on an error. Bartlett led off the inning flying out to center. Elwell got caught looking. Strike 3. Nestor at 0-2 again. Rourke, here he comes. Fouled off again! You don't think he knows the season's on his shoulders? Oh, 2 again. Liner right to the first baseman! Rodriguez! Game over, series over. Chiefs back to the championship. Could not have hit that one any harder, and Rodriguez snares it. The Andre Chiefs back to the ICL Championship Series. And both teams that won game 1 in the semis lose the next 2. And so, starting Thursday, the Andre Chiefs and the Lexington Bulldogs meet in the Championship Series for the first time ever. The Chiefs looking to add to their overflowing trophy case. And the Bulldogs hoping for their first ship. Thursday.
Final score tonight, Andre Chiefs 4, Melrose Americans 3. The Andre Chiefs win this series 2-1 and will advance to the ICL Finals to face off against the Lexington Bulldogs. That series will start Thursday. Thank you all for coming out. Please drive home safely. Congratulations to the Andre Chiefs, and thank you for a great season to the Melrose Americans.
For the Melrose Americans, the drought continues. Still yet to reach a championship series under the Americans' name. Still without an appearance in the finals since '87. Still without a ship since '85. This is going to be exciting. Yeah, the Expos, obviously, the first 3 years they were in the ICL, reached the ICL Championship Series, and that created a couple of first-time ever ICL Championship Series matchups. And this will be the first time ever that the Chiefs and the Bulldogs will face off for the ship. Cambro gets the dub. Mike Nestor takes the L. A.J. Rourke with the save. Ryan Patrone, 3 for 5, 2 runs, a double, and RBI. Scored the game-winning run. Main character Reed, 2 for 4, driving in the series-winning run. Couple of fine defensive plays, too. Ostman with his first 2 hits of the postseason. One of them driving in a critical run in the 4th inning. Devin Farron, 2 for 3, reaches base all 3 times out of the 10 slot. Tad Giardina, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Laz Giardina, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Cambro, A.J. Rourke, Ryan Patrone and Miles Reed team up, leading the charge for the Chiefs into the ICL Finals for the third time in the last 4 years, hoping for yet another ICL championship. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of LSP, something for everyone since 2011. Copyright 2026, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of LSP is strictly prohibited. A reminder that if you'd like to support future LSP content, you can do so by buying shipping shields using the link and codes on the screen or in the description. Use the promo code Brian's Love Sports at BrianTeamSales.com for 20% off all regular price in-stock items from America's oldest family-owned sporting goods and custom apparel provider. Sponsor future content for as little as $25 a spot. Buy some of this fabulous merchandise from the LSP Spring Store. And if you're down with the sound, called LSP. Linktree, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Flash the subscribe button. Membership's also available for $5 a month. PayPal and Creator Spring. LSP 37. Once again, the final score from Morelli Field at Melrose High School in Melrose, Mass. It is the Andre Chiefs 4 and the Melrose Americans 3. The Chiefs win this best-of-3 ICL semifinals 2-1 and advance to the ICL Championship Series against the Lexington Bulldogs. For Tim Lynch and all my very rowdy friends here at Morelli, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you forever and always freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.
Fresh for 2026.
Suck.